do your job, who stands with you when it's tough, and gives you good and constructive feedback. That's Bishop Carolyn Howland. We have gone green. This is our report. Now, it allows Sister Aura, who's been very upset with me the last couple of years, to have entire 16 pages of every condolence and congratulation she sent out. Dr. Easley, all 16 pages are here. So this is our report, and it's going to be on the AME website. For the commission members, we brought a copy this time, and next time we will have it for the entire general board. But this is it, and the computer that she mentioned is here. You can actually flip through. We have one copy of our 100-page report. And it just details some parts of what we've been able to do as a team. We thank you for this last year. We thank you for your support. We thank you for nudging us. We thank you for your cooperation. We have done well. We are getting better. There's still miles to go, because the African Methodist Episcopal Church has a legacy to protect. It is such a sense of pride when our bench of bishops, active and retired, are on those calls that Bishop Guidry talks about. And you know that we are there and we're in the mix. But we want to be calling the calls. We want to be bringing our people to the forefront. And when I see Dr. Darby, I don't know when he has time to do the rest of his pastoring, but our commission member, Dr. Darby, is always keeping us on the edge. And that's what we want our commission members to do. We cannot be everywhere. And so you have to tell us what's happening in your regions and bring us to the forefront. We're very proud to be able to support the candidacies of AMEs who are running for office. No matter what you're doing, we need to be able to announce it. And it hurts our heart when we hear about it after the fact, because every vote does count. And we as AMEs, if we don't live in that region, know somebody who lives in that region, have a family member in that region, we can absolutely make a difference. So for Reverend Cooper and for Mrs. Singfield, we were glad to get that information, and we were able to get it in a number of other areas. But this year, those were the two who were able to do it. We came to you in 2008 at the General Conference, or just after the General Conference, upset because they were getting ready to auction off Rosa Parks' collection. And we have worked diligently over these past 3.5 years. At your direction, we put an offer in for $4 million. Immediately after that, we had the Haiti disturbance. And we felt we could not move forward raising that money without doing what we had to do for Haiti. And then we had Malawi. But we have continued. We want you to know that we are continuing. When I stepped out a moment ago, it was the auctioneer. We keep after him. He now believes that if anybody should have that collection, it's the AME Church. And he's trying to help us raise the money or find the donor to make it happen. So we solicit your prayers because we're very close. We are very close to being able to take the collection of Mother Rosa and make it available in perpetuity. We don't know yet, but we believe there is a donor who is going to come forward and make it possible for the African Methodist Episcopal Church to get it. Now that still means we have to raise money, because the collection has to be put into several forms, a permanent exhibit, a traveling exhibit, all of the things that need to happen. Let me pause. This is the first social action director of the AME Church, Bishop Frederick Calhoun. How many of you saw the documentary about the Freedom Riders recently? Did you know that Bishop James financed the first documentary on the Freedom Riders back in when, Bishop James? In the early 70s. When they called us to tell us that the AME Church had those archives, I didn't know what they were talking about. And then I was here for the Great Gathering, visited with Bishop James, and he started talking about it. I said, oh my God, Bishop James, it was true. And so we connected him with the lady who did that documentary. Again, the cutting edge. He literally raised the money for that first documentary about the Freedom Riders, and they used what he produced for the AME Church as a basis for the one that you saw on television. And so it was his vision to come to the AME Church and say we should be on the cutting edge. It was Bishop James who was always on the hill, making sure, Bishop James, we're trying to carry on that legacy. And so we're very, very close. So I want you to please put this on your prayer list. Because if anything, Mother Rosa Parks showed us what each of us can do with quiet strength and integrity. And that's what we need to have history to remember. But now we fast forward, and we hope you will read the report. If you need a copy and you don't want to go to the website, I promise you we'll send it to you. Make sure we get it. Save the day. Do you have a save the day card? Yes. We also talked about going to the Hill.